Góðan daginn and hello, welcome to the Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm an Iceland, I live in Iceland. Why do you feel that that's important? Anyway, I'm an Iceland, I live in Iceland, and this is my Project Pal. Did I say that already? I think I did. Anyway, call the Project Pile because I have projects and they are in piles and I just keep adding to the pile. I have not finished anything in quite a while. I mostly talk about yarn. I yatter about yarn. Which I actually managed to remember to write down here, yarn and yattering. I think that describes what I do here quite well. Yeah, so I talk about yarn, talk about knitting, crocheting, anything yarn related. And quite a bit about the weather because the weather affects everything and I am a stereotypical middle-aged Icelander. It's currently raining. Like a lot. Like the past few days we've actually had snow in the top of the mountains. And I taught my new Polish coworker that when the snow is in the mountains, then it's not snow, it's sugar. She liked it. She laughed. So yeah. Ta-da! If you're new here, yeah, this is how I go about things. I just yatter. So I'm actually filming. I usually film on Saturdays, but I genuinely had to take yesterday just completely off and just do nothing to recharge. I needed that. I need that. Like, it's so much fun making these videos because it doesn't take a lot of time. But I just needed to not do anything for a day, and yeah. So because on Friday I had a really long day. We had inventory in my store on Friday, and it was fun. It really went well. I honestly think this is the best year so far. We got a really good group of people to help us out. So in my store, because we only have a core group of like 5 or 6 people, and then we have our kids who are working on weekdays the 2 last hours before closing, and then on the weekends. So we have 2 groups of kids who just switch out the weekends. So hopefully no one is getting overworked. Like, that is something that always needs to be paid attention to, because being overworked at the store is not good. Really not good. So yeah, we had inventory, and the group also because it's not enough just having the staff, just the staff counting. It's even in a small store, there's a lot of things and thingies to do. So we use it as a fundraiser. Only took me a few seconds this time. Woo! So we used it as a fundraiser for one of the classes here in kids school, because that class, they at the end of the school year they go and have a trip, and in order to have the trip, they need to save up money. So that this is a year where they do a lot of like odd jobs and yeah, do the fundraising thing. And we got such a good group this year. Like, kids are kids, all right? That's just, they're gonna be kids, but they did really good job. So yeah, I'm happy with them. But that does mean that Friday, I start my work at 8 in the morning, and we were actually done like just after 11 in the evening. I mean, I think it was just like something like 11:30 when we sat down for last chat. Just the staff, the old people at work, myself and the fasta folk, the core workers, and the 2 ladies who come from another store in the chain to help us out. So yeah, it was only like, I need to think, sorry, well, 15, 16 hours. Once a year is fine. But I would not like to do that, like, on a regular, like, no. Because honestly, working 12 hours, so there are rules or regulations in Iceland, and 12 hours are technically speaking illegal. There are, yeah, there are rules, regulations, and contracts and all that stuff. So technically not quite in the clear, but you know, it's like with inventories once a year, and something needs to be doing so. Eh. So yeah. Excuse me. I thought I slept enough. Oh well. So yeah, I have not been productive. Listen, I am so happy that this is not. I didn't decide to call this like the being the productive pile, because no. The only thing I've worked on this past week is this show. I made a little bit of progress, but you know, when I have something that needs to be done, like inventory on Friday, that's pretty much the only thing I can focus on. It's so annoying how I'm brain like that. Like, there's this fixation on a single thing that just it shouldn't be blocking everything else. It shouldn't, but it does. But I did manage to do some, right? And I'm happy with that. Blow my hair all over the place. But you know, it's getting cold here in Iceland. Like, I think it's currently like, I think 5 degrees Celsius in heat. Technically, it's warm, but it's a very clear, dramatic departure from the heat wave we were having like a month ago. So transition periods is like meh. But you know, that means that I get to thinking about the things that need doing. Like, I need to find the pattern for the hat I was talking about. Excuse me. Talk about last weekend. I literally just remember it right now when I was starting to speak, but yeah. Might be either one of these books that I'm looking at right there, or it might be one of the books in front. I don't know, I need to check. But yeah, I need to do that hat because it's gonna be so cute. I did want to start on this scarf, but I'm missing one color. And I've been checking the webpage from the Ólafos Eastex. No wait, I checked Ólafos, didn't check Eastex. Need to check, but Ólafos is the producer of the yarn, Icelandic yarn, the Icelandic wool, and they don't have this color. This color hasn't been available for like, I think since 2019. Like, it literally sells out because of 2020, when a lot of people were spending time indoors, and a lot of people, and I'm so happy, a lot of people discovered knitting and crocheting, and they discovered Icelandic wool. I think I did read about this like a few weeks ago. Particularly in the US and I think UK, and I want to say Spain. I think those were the 3 biggest export countries for Icelandic wool. And of course, that's good news for the producer, but bad news is that means that there are more people buying the wool, which makes the production, they have to focus the production on other things. So when they run out of certain like colors, they unfortunately don't really have the material to make more. So I've had to wait, and it's a specific color, and I really usually when I don't have a color, the thing that I've learned from like my mother and other crafters is that I simply substitute the color. But with this one, I want to do it like the pattern. I want to follow the pattern completely, and because it's really, really cute. I think this is called fisherman rib in English, something like that. I haven't done this, you know, knitting, and I want to. It looks really warm. Looks big and cozy and warm, and I want it. But so you knit with Ingband, right? And I'm missing the I think it's called lime. Actually, and I'm seriously thinking about this. I haven't been able to find this color here in Iceland, but I did manage to find it online in a UK store. So I am generally seriously contemplating ordering Icelandic wool. Has been exported to the UK. Has had tolls and shipping costs applied to it. I am seriously contemplating buying that product and buying it back to Iceland, paying shipping and taxes on it again. I am seriously contemplating that because I really want to get going on this scarf. Like there. I'm still contemplating though, so, you know. Alright, so Ingband. I should have picked a different color that isn't like my skin color. Let's go with the lavender. Yeah, you can see that. So Ingband is a very fine thread. It's when it touches, it's once it starts, it's like a little bit hard, but it gets so soft and washy, and I like it and nice. So where is your info, sweetie? So these are 50-gram skeins, about 1.75 ounces. They are 250 meters or 273 yards. Here's the colorway. Now the thing that I'm noticing here is that they did not put in on the band recommended knitting needles. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the other colors as well. This lovely yellow and this pinky. Can you see that? I think you saw it. Yeah, should have been able to. And this lovely pinky. And the fifth color is the lime. I see. Up. Yeah. And the fun thing with this cover is that you combine the Ingband with Plötulopi this year. So these are two plates that are really tightly packed together. Oh. Uh-oh. Huh. So okay, so they are married. Okay. Like, talking about tying the knot, could you not have done that with the Plötulopi? Thank you. Oh well. So yeah, so I wanted to find the center, not like discover that the two plates are like connected. That's like, dude. No, no, it's to me. Okay, there's a single combination. Okay, found the end of the thread. Why do you do this to me? So riveting content here. So the thing about Plötulopi, if you haven't tried it, it is very, very lightly spun Icelandic wool, and it's not unspun. Okay, just so we're absolutely clear here, it is very lightly spun. So if you pull it too roughly, the thread will break. So my mother actually used this Plötulopi to teach me how to knit. Because you know, when we start knitting, we are often rather hard I have not seen this before. Lordy, lordy. But yeah, usually when we start knitting, you know, the very, very first time, our we do tend to be like hard-handed because we are nervous, we are stressed, we don't know what we're doing, and so when we this is not what I was going to be doing today. Interesting. So basically, just to trying to think at the same time, to teach us to be softer with the yarn that we're working on, because also being hard when you're holding things too tightly when you're knitting or crocheting or just crafting in general, that from the end, yes, that goes back to the end product. Like, we've known that when we've been too harsh with the wool, it breaks. I can't remember where I was starting off with this, but I am actually quite fascinated with this. I have not seen this before, but now I understand my friends. Oh, well, I did make an end, so, but now I do have a bit more understanding of my friend's frustration, because he's been working on in our local little coffee shop, knitting shop, or yarn shop. It's a small combination store, so a place, and she's been doing sometimes he works there, and when there's a yarn deliveries, I've seen her at the counter sometimes just trying to pull things apart. Literally just now I'm making the connection when I have to do it myself. Isn't the brain wonderful? But yeah, so I'm actually gonna put you down in the tote bag, the wool bag. So actually I'm gonna use the weirdness to show off. So now with the Plötulopi, it's really easy to break it. But if you break it, that's not the end of the world. Like, obviously we wouldn't be used. Icelanders are how can I put this nicely? I'm not gonna put this nicely, but let's just say that if it was impossible to combine these ends, we would not be using Plötulopi. We would not. But the thing about Icelandic wool is that it has two types of hairs. Because the Icelandic sheep, I think it is currently, I'm trying to remember the words. It is one of the oldest breeds, so I think the word is like, it's not prehistoric. primitive. I think that's the word. Yeah. Icelandic sheep are of a more primitive stock, so they haven't been as changed by human hands, which is ironic because we've had them for millennia. But we haven't bred them to be different, because their characteristics work with Iceland. The way that they are has enabled them to survive alongside us for over a millennia. So why change what works? And the wonderful thing about, well, Icelandic sheep is not only that they're cute and friendly and really often like scratches, and they're sometimes a little bit too friendly, and you know, at least in my experience. But their hair has, their wool has two types of hair. It is tog and þel. There's a short undercoat that keeps them warm in the Arctic coldness. And then we have the long hair, that's like the overcoat. And this combination of the hairs makes it possible for them to literally survive in snowstorms. Mind you, because we have rules and regulations in Iceland, it is against the law to have your sheep outside in the winter. They must be put into warm, proper houses with proper ventilation and proper care. You can't just keep sheep and just say, well, no. If you read Icelandic history, sheep are gonna be a big part of it. Some people joke, but it's not a joke. Throughout the ages, sheep have had more rights than human beings. But we're not gonna go into that. We're gonna talk about the wool. So because of the two types of hair, you just wet your fingers. Mind you, I am terrible at this. But you can marry the ends back together. Excuse me. I'm sorry this grosses you out, but this is literally what you do. You wet your fingers and you comb the ends back together. Oh, it actually helps to hold it up a little bit to the light, because then you can see ends. And I'm not doing this properly. But yeah, you can marry the little buggers back together. I can still see ends, but you know. So, how you do this scarf that I'm so excited about is that you have this thread of the plötulopi and you combine it with the einband. And I am ridiculously excited about it because plötulopi, it is so light and it's so warm, and einband, I'm so excited, but I need that fifth color so I can get started. I'm gonna keep this as filling. And I can't remember where I put my filling, so I'm just gonna put it in the tote. So that's one project that, yeah, I'm aiming to hopefully get to work when I get the fifth color. But I at least have more yarn that I can use to make this wonderful pullover. This one is literally named Draumur, meaning dream, and it's a dream. It is also made out of einband, and I originally bought the yarn for this in my local yarn store, and they didn't have the exact pink color for this exact color. So I said, F it, I'm just gonna go and buy what's available and do that. And then because I was ordering yarn for the scarf and another more traditional Icelandic lopapeysa, I actually found that they had the proper color, and I also ordered that. So now I have more enough yarn to make two sweaters that are slightly different. For some reason I have an extra skein of this color. I probably had a purpose with it and I cannot remember what it was. And that's fine. An extra skein is always gonna come in handy, so it goes into the bag. But the pattern calls for 4 skeins of this gorgeous pink color that is also in the other pattern, right? And then we have this. Where's this one? It's this one. This nice. It's almost reddish on my screen, but it's kind of like a purplish strawberry color. And then we have this nice dark red, almost Christmassy. It's rather burgundy on my monitor. That's interesting. But it's a dark red. Yeah, small Christmas. So these are the. This is the color palette used in the original pattern, right? Yeah, and into the told you go. But I did buy the other colors at my local store, and it's a nice, like, this is what I've been taught to do. If you don't have the proper color, substitute it. Except with the scarf, because I really wanted to rock the proper way, but so this is the pink that I got, and it's a cute pink. Look at it, look at it. This is the pink that I got at my local yarn store. And oh, I should show you a difference. The difference is huge. Like, there's way more yellow in this one. But look, oh, they also go really well together. Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Yeah. This is the color that I got for the body and the main color. I do think. No. This is one of the colors that I actually had in, or my mother had in stash. So it old. It's gonna substitute this one. And there we go, slight difference. Bit more dramatic in real life. This one is more purplish red, and this one, I want to say, a little bit more coppery. You can also see the difference in the label in the band. This is the old one and this is the new one. And it's a slight difference, mostly in the color, but not a huge difference. I mean, they have a good design on the label, I feel, so I don't feel like that's something that they need to be changing. And then the last color, another pink, because, you know, it's a pink themed sweater and I didn't want to change it. And this one, wait, is that the same color? It's the same color. Like, don't you just love it when you just walk right into the pole? But yeah, it's still gonna be so cute. So this is essentially 3 projects that are waiting in my pile. I also do still have that Loba picture to get started on, but well, my pile is already huge, so. But these are the things that I really want to get going on, because it's cold outside. It's cold. So yeah, that is my dream. To hopefully get something done. Ugh. I'm actually, honestly, still a little bit tired since Friday. I'm so happy I took yesterday off just to do nothing. Definitely needed that. So I am feeling a little bit better today. It is raining so hard. So before I fall asleep on camera, that would be embarrassing. I'm gonna say that's enough for today, and hopefully see you next weekend. Yay! So, listen, I want to be doing so many things, but there's this thing called having to go to work, which I honestly don't get. Like, why would I have to show up to work? It's weird. But yeah. Listen, the good thing about having so many projects on piles is that there's always something to do. Like, but yeah, I will hopefully see you next weekend and catch you then. Okay, take care. Bless, bless.